In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I've been able to scale one single online training program to over 7 figures a year. I'm going to break it down for you. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is John Pemberthy. I'm the founder of a marketing education company called AdClients.com. We've done over $15 million online selling courses and coaching, and I love sharing that journey that I've been on and the lessons that I've learned along the way with you right here on this channel. You are likely here because you are trying to sell your knowledge in some way on the internet, right? Maybe that's with an online course, a coaching program, consultancy service, whatever the case may be. I want to share with you today how I've been able to scale one of my online courses to over 7 figures a year. In fact, I have a few online courses and together they do about 4 million every single year. Now, the topic that I really want to highlight here is this: it's scale. This is something that people get stuck on. And I want to share a couple of scenarios that actually has people getting stuck so they cannot scale. And the first is not charging enough for their online program, right? If you're charging $20 for your online training, or $100, or even $500, you're actually going to struggle to sell purely because of the volume that is needed, right? You've got to constantly go out there and find brand new individual human beings who might be interested in what it is that you have on offer, and you've got to convince them with some kind of sales message that your product is exactly what they need, but you have to create a message that's going to work for thousands and thousands of separate people to be able to scale. That's low ticket. It's a problem. If you haven't already, we'll leave a link somewhere around here to another video that I did on how to charge a premium price for an online course. I think you'll want to check that one out as well. The second thing is perhaps going high ticket, but selling one-to-one coaching, right? So instead of having an online course, we just sell our time, but now again, we hit a scale ceiling because we can only attract X number of clients every single month before we've hit our limit. Before, if we take on any more clients, we're working evenings, weekends, not seeing our family, burning out, working with clients we don't like. So again, we hit an inability to scale. So this is actually quite an important topic, and I want to give you a quick recap of something that I shared in a previous video, which is what I like to do is, instead of creating purely an online course that we're selling for low ticket, and instead of doing one-to-one coaching to be able to charge a premium price, I bring these two things together and I eliminate the one-to-one and I wrap some kind of coaching around the course, but it's all group coaching. Okay, and I call that a HTC. I talk more about this in the other video that I linked you to or mentioned just a moment ago. I call that a HTC, a high ticket course. Now we have our online course, but it's wrapped up with some group coaching elements that are highly leveraged, like a Facebook group or like a weekly group call. Now there's that feeling of this is actually a coaching program, which allows us to charge a premium price, but it's highly leveraged. And that is going to allow you to scale. I remember when I used to sell an online course for $500 and I just couldn't get the level of scale that I wanted. I, would generate 20 clients a month and I'm making, $10,000 a month. Well, it was great money at the time, but that wasn't where I wanted to go. But finding more than 20 clients a month was a challenge. It was difficult. But now if we just look at completely flipping the model, so instead of just selling an online course for $500, I actually now sell a coaching program for $10,000. That same 20 clients a month would now be $200,000 a month. And you might say, well, John, surely it's much, much, much harder to target people that are going to be happy to pay you $10,000 over $500. And there is an argument for it being a little bit harder, but not as hard as you might be thinking, and certainly not many, many, many times harder. I think in some instances, it's actually easier to attract a $10,000 client than it is a $500 customer. People who don't invest enough usually are actually harder to sell, right? They're the people at the back of the room with their arms folded, waiting to be convinced. Whereas the people who are even willing to part with $10,000, that means they're at a level of desperation with their problem, right? They've been struggling for years. They really need a solution right now. They've tried other stuff, it hasn't worked. They've invested in other areas. They're now far more willing. They're holding their cash a little bit looser. Yes, it's a bigger number, but they're more willing to invest in something if they find the right solution. So there's two things that I really want you to remember that has allowed me to scale to 7 figures and will help you do the same thing and make sure that you don't hit a ceiling. The first thing is, of course, high ticket. If you're not charging high ticket, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, you really are. If you're not charging high ticket, you're not charging what you're worth. You're attracting the wrong type of clients who are not willing to actually do the work. You're not attracting clients that will actually get the result and therefore give you success stories, which then fuel your marketing to find even more clients. You've got to go high ticket. The next thing is leverage. You have to leverage your time in this group coaching program. What you don't want to do is have a course and then wrap it around with one-to-one coaching, because if you do that, again, you're going to hit a ceiling. You're literally selling your time at that point. And what I have found is it works really, really good having group coaching, right? Not only do clients get that little bit of interaction with you on a weekly group call, but they also get to benefit from the Q&A that other clients are asking. There might be a question they thought, oh, I didn't think to ask that, but that other person asked it and I got some value from that. So there's actually other ways that they're getting value. There's also community now that's been built. So you'll often find that once your HTC, your high ticket course starts to grow, you'll actually have your clients helping each other. You know, it's amazing to see. So we've got to leverage our time and that will help us scale. If you're selling one-to-one coaching, you might get capped at 10, 20, 30,000 a month. If you're leveraging your time with a group coaching program and it's high ticket, that's when you can scale to 6 figures a month or 7 figures a year. And that's exactly how I've done it. And I've repeated the process multiple times now, and I make multiple 7 figures every single year. So hopefully this has been some food for thought for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. And if you did, I want to teach you more about this. I've got a full in-depth A to Z training where I walk you through everything at the link in the description box and the top comment. I'll talk about how I package up my offers. I'll talk about the sales funnel that I use, the traffic that I use, the whole process. If you are struggling to grow your business online right now, you need to check out that training. Don't leave until you've done that. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And also, if you haven't checked out that other video I told you about how to charge a premium price for your online course, go check this one out as well. And I'll see you in a future video.